So what we're talking about is this immediately, the hearing of a voice, intimately, inescapably just hearing. And that's the mystery therein. Somehow there's hearing of a voice, sitting on a chair, feelings, thoughts, sounds, and whatever is being felt and described would be this. What we're describing doesn't need to be remembered, can't be forgotten, and includes absolutely everything. This is the everything. And as everything, it can appear like feeling apart from, separate from, where this everything, or what's appearing to happen, there can be a feeling of being once removed from that, or trying to know that, trying to figure it out. And knowing, for the most part, is the currency of the world. Is knowing is, and it's what comes with knowing is usefulness. So most interactions in life, there's usually something to be gained, something to be learned, something to be understood. And that's how the world operates, for the most part, that when somebody is talking, they have something to say, they're describing something, and then I can learn from that. And what is being described here is describing, is immediately, inescapably the sound and hearing of, immediately, inescapably the sound and hearing of this. And what can be said about this? Well, whatever appears to be being said. And it is an unfolding, an outpouring, but it won't be known as that. It won't be held on to, it won't be kept. And really what's being talked about here is that, or what's been kind of exposed, is seeking, really. And the predominant movement is what was described there, seeking to know, seeking to understand. And then there's somehow a meeting where nothing is on offer, no one is being spoken to, no one is seen, and that nothing then is being described. And that seems to bring with it a sort of an energy where seeking for other than what is can be exposed as just simply seeking. And that seeking is just happening, and that no one is seeking, that under the crown of the head, behind the eyes, there is no one operating this. And then there is no one there that can be apart from what is, that there is just what is already. But the dilemma seems to be then wanting to know nothing, wanting to know what is being described. And that can be really what happens in these meetings. And it's a kind of a forum, a free sharing for questions and responses. And anything can be said, and there doesn't have to be questions, but if there are, then just click the unmute button and go for it. And let's see what happens.
Frank,
Hiya.
hello, hello. You have really succeeded with your introduction today because there's no questions from anyone. You have succeeded.
There is
Congratulations.
there's just what is,
Yeah.
and that's what's happening then.
Yeah.
Questions, no questions,
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Yeah, that's
It's
fantastic.
absolutely miraculous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There doesn't need to be questions, and
No. Yeah.
there can be, and yeah, you know, it's just what
Yeah,
can be said, you know. What can be said? Well, whatever appears to be being said, and then if there's no questions, there's no questions.
yeah.
Um, that's just how it, yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And in a way, um, you see, what is sought, the prize that is sought, is already the case. So no one ever was seeking. There's
Mm.
just seeking appearing to happen. That's what can be described. But people don't know how to seek or not seek. It's just
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's just like this, the sound of this voice and the hearing of it and what's being described there. Every inch is a mystery.
Yeah.
Hey Frank,
Hiya.
is that is that your home view outside?
Yeah.
It's awesome. Are you living like close to the sea?
Yeah.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
you're living there where other people make vacation.
Yes. Yeah. We stay here in a mobile home. I was thinking of taking the camera or the computer outside, but it's a little bit windy.
Yeah. Oh, so this is like not your general home, it's a mobile home. So this
It's a
is like
mobile home. Yeah.
for vacation, the
Yeah. I'll
awesome,
stay here till the end of
the summer.
the summer. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah. Now, when the weather's like this, it's stunning.
it is
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Mm.
I like the setup.
It's interesting. It's interesting as opposed to anything else. Playing with visual, that in a way it's always so totally ordinary. Do you know? It's there's seeing, and then it can be labeled as named as computer, and as if then that makes it all noble and okay. And there's nothing special anywhere, and yet everything is special. So I kind of like it's only playing with visual, but I find it kind of an interesting, do you know what I mean? Sort of
Yeah,
interesting thing to do.
yeah, it's a good.
Mm. Plus when the sky is blue.
Yeah, like a Greek sky, it looks.
It's so rare here that you know, yeah, it's just amazing.
So you are somehow a visual poet. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, the seeing is the same. The story appearing to be told about that seeing appears to be different. But the naked emptiness as seeing is just that, and without a story. So inescapably, whatever is, it's so, and it's not an it's, and it's just words and sounds, and saying anything at all can give the impression that, oh, I'm missing something, and in actual fact it's the feeling that something is being missed is the aberration. And in a way the entire world seems to give that impression of having, and so something to gain is always, and something on offer is always what's happening, even if it's very subtle. It's that, and who'd want what is when you can't have what is, nor your attempt to have what is. That is what is. And so these sorts of gatherings are just kind of miraculous. They're totally ordinary, but they're kind of miraculous in the ways of the world where normally something is being prescribed, something is being offered, and this is just an apparent gathering, sharing or nothing at all. And it doesn't have to be a thing. It's just, yeah. So then, if something was being explained here or described, there's a certain rigidity and angularness about words when something is being explained, and what could possibly be explained about this? And that's already the case. It's just that somehow words are the currency of what is. We exchange and talk and whatever, and for the most part something is, a story's been told, explained, or whatever, and what's sought is already the case. It's before explanations, includes explanations. It's as everything. So, in saying this is nothing appearing to happen, or there is no self, they're such odd sentences, really, because they're just unlike any other sentences that are out there. And the dilemma with those sorts of sentences is a kind of a push and pull between, wanting to know there's no self, wanting to know that this is nothing happening. Well, in actual fact, you could say that this is nothing as the hearing of nothing, as the hearing of a voice. So you can't do an inch of this, including every but that arises, every sensation, every what do you mean? What? I mean, I'm doing this part. Even that. So and what's amazing is also it would seem like when we just inhale and digest and eat so much information and knowledge and all that sort of thing, that there's a kind of it seems to be a point where all of that just seems so, it leaves a dry taste in the mouth. And it's a total wonder and a mystery how sort of a gathering like this can appear to happen when nothing at all is on offer. Apart from a beautiful sea view. Who'd want sitting on a chair, breathing, feeling, seeking, sensations, hearing, and yet that's what's on offer constantly, as whatever is, constantly presenting, as every if, but, maybe, wondering, Just seeing energy is currency. See, energy is a great word. Let's just say it's neutral. It's you know, whatever then can be pinged down in the mind for a word like that. But what's being described won't be then known as a thing apart called energy. It's just energy seems to be a word that can appear to be used. It's neutral enough. And raw energy, this is as raw energy, sourceless. But it won't then be known as that. That's the tricky bit for that which loves to know this. So then any word can be used, but it seems more neutral words are used than more exotic words, let's just say. And the kind of impossibility is that no one is using the words. That's wonderfully impossible when we're always so used to someone here and someone who knows over there. So then all there is hearing with nothing being described. There won't be a landing point. There won't be an arrival. Never to arrive, but never departed. This stack. Without knowing. This meeting is about exactly what appears to happen. So it's to say it's about something almost makes it other than the immediacy of what is. So this is as the hearing of a voice, and it's totally and utterly, there was no purpose to this, except that you could say it's just happening. So a meeting just happening. That's a kind of that's the naming for this. But there isn't anything that can be had. There isn't anyone in there already that's fixed, that can hold on, even if that is what's being described and felt. You can't do that. It just seems to be what is. And what also seems to be what is a description appearing. And the description appearing doesn't seem to have an agenda, doesn't seem to have a format, doesn't seem to have any kind of structure. And then free to be exactly how it appears to be being. So nothing happened.